What's up everybody, my name is Jacob Hardison and today we're going to do a quick gluing video on some 2.2 1/10 scale tires, some standard 1/8 scale buggy tires, and then of course the accessories that we're going to need to be able to glue these tires up and have them successfully stay on the wheel. Let's get straight into it. Alright, so now that we're up close, let's go over a few accessories that we need to be able to be successful while gluing our tires. I like to use Simple Green as my cleaner, and I'll pair that with some nice microfiber cloths. I'll have my tire punch set to either 2.5 or 3 millimeters depending on tire, some tire bands, and some medium glue, all of which can be found at adrenalinrcracing.com. Alright, now that we've gone over that, let's go ahead and get straight into our tire gluing. We're going to start off with our 8 scale tires, and then we'll jump into our 10 scale tires. Now that we have our tire set out in front of us, for the sake of this video and for time, we're going to go ahead and do one tire of our 8 scale stuff, and then we're going to do one tire of our 10 scale. Go ahead and move these extras out of the way here. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my tire punch and I'm going to punch 2 holes in the sidewall of the tire. I personally do this, that way the tire has a little bit less, or the hole has a little bit less stress on it. And we'll do that 180 degrees apart from one another. Now we'll take our clean rag and our Simple Green, spray some here on the rag, and then we're going to clean the bead of the tire. I like to start out with a scrubbing motion, and then I'll end with a nice swoop. If your tires have a lot of release mold on them, you'll want to start fresh with another piece of clean microfiber. And then of course, same thing, scrub back and forth, and finish with a swoop. Now that we've got our tire clean, we'll wipe off the bead, get that nice and dry. We don't want the Simple Green interfering with our glue. And then we're going to take our wheel and put our tire on it with the holes on the inside of the wheel. Mounting this up here, you're going to want to do your best to seat the bead as flat and smooth as possible. And then we're going to take our tire band and mount it onto the tire like so. Pulling our glue out of the bag, we'll find our glue bottle and a tip from J-Concepts themselves. Personally for myself, I like to use a metal glue tip. These can be found on Amazon. We'll go ahead and put that on our bottle. From here, you're going to take your thumb, peel back the bead, and add some glue. The goal here is that you want your glue to get as far down into the bead as possible. What you'll notice though is a lot of times you'll probably add too much and you'll end up with some extra glue on the outside. What you can do for that is take, again, a lovely microfiber towel, flip the tire upside down, dab it very quickly, and you'll see it takes away all of our extra glue. Be careful though, when you do get glue on a microfiber, it can potentially cause smoke, and that smoke is not very nice to breathe in. Now we've gone ahead and glued the front side of this tire. Let's go ahead and jump into a 10 scale tire. For this demonstration, we're going to go ahead and use the white wheels from J-Concepts and a set of silver ellipses for the rear of a 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive buggy. Same thing we did on our 8 scale tires. We're going to go ahead and punch holes on the inside of the bead. Now it's going to be very important for a tire like an ellipse that you mount them correct because they are directional. And because we are mounting holes in the sidewall of the tire, we need to make sure that we match it before we put holes in. So you can see I've got 2 holes punched in this tire, 180 degrees apart. So now I need to match this direction on this tire. I'll put them side by side, make sure they're the same. Set one tire to the side, and then go ahead and punch my holes. Now that we've gone ahead and got holes into both of our tires, we're going to set off one tire to the side, and we're going to focus just on this one here. We're going to take our microfiber towel, once again spray some simple green, and scrub each bead. Now in this case, there's not much release mold, so I'm not too worried about cross-contaminating one bead to the other. Clean that bead up, make sure it's nice and dry. That is even more important here on our 10 scale tire, as our tire actually sits into a groove rather than on a flat piece of wheel. Take our holes and we're going to put those on the inside of the wheel. And because these wheels come with holes already in them, I like to match those holes to the holes on the tire. Now that we have our tire mounted, same thing, we want to make sure that our bead is nice and even and flat inside that groove. And we'll take our tire band, stretch it over the tire, and then we will be all set to go for gluing. Now for this, you are going to have to peel back the bead a little bit further because of that groove that is formed. So you want to make sure you get glue as far in as possible, again, to prevent any sort of failure. For this, what I like to do is peel back just enough to where I can see the bottom side of the bead on the tire, and then I'll add some to the side of the bead. And I'll do this all the way around the tire. With this tire, with the way that it's set up, you don't get as much of that glue outside. So what I like to do here, just for extra safety, is I will go ahead and add an extra bead of glue, and that will also help to smooth this out. And now we have our tire glued up. And with that, that brings us to the conclusion of our tire gluing video on how to get your fresh J-Concepts tires mounted. I hope these tips and techniques helped you out in gluing successfully, and we look forward to seeing you here at Adrenaline RC Racing soon.